Testing, 1, 2, 3. Okay. Got some issues, hold on. Okay, we have some sound. Sound back on. Probably just loose connection. I disconnected everything at some point. Okay. Everybody loves starting the day with no audio. Amazing. Okay. Who's all up in the chat? Thanks, guys, for letting me know. Eric's in the chat. Bimmerfen, good morning. Bill, as usual. Welcome, welcome. Okay, we'll try that again. Today we're going to finish off the AT-AT. As we saw last week, the mechanics are mostly finished, actually, in terms of functionality, but this base needs a little bit of improvement, actually. Right now, there's a lot of interference with some of the mechanics in what would otherwise be the snow that would layer the top. And I think we can improve the layout a little bit, too. Right now, this side of the track is quite a bit further left than the actual walker. Than this side, and that's because the drive system's over here, the drive shaft to power the walking mechanism. But I think we can bring that in another stud at least so that the walker's a little bit more centered. Yeah, so we're basically just going to rebuild this, and hopefully we're pretty close to its final form. I fully expect that I may have to tweak things after today as well, because usually that's how it goes. But we are just going to start rebuilding this, and we'll see where we end up. I think as far as the size of the base is pretty good. Yeah, as I mentioned, I think we'll just try and bring this side of the track in one stud. So I'm going to redo that. So for this, I'm just going to start building ground up. And I'm just going to get some plates. Tiger Shark Studio, hey, how's it going? Welcome, welcome. Oh, actually, I wanted 6. And with this space here, I actually built it too narrow at the beginning, so how wide do we want it to be? We actually want it to be, yeah, probably 20 studs wide. So we're just going to do that. Actually, I think we're going to want it to be 21 studs wide. $21 studs wide. And actually, I'm just going to build this up. Well, Tiger Shark Studios, beginning of their Lego journey. Wow, that sounds pretty exciting. It's a fun time to be at, full of discovery. Yeah, that's cool. Okay, I've got to put my thinking cap on. Everybody loves thinking. Thinking too much. I want to try and get this layout kind of nailed so I don't have to do it again. So unfortunately that does require some thought. It's often the most boring part of the builds that require the most attention. So I'm going to use this as a template. Like I said, I'm going to move these mechanics closer to the body. Well, actually, I probably said that while I was muted. But the mechanism for rotating the head, right now it's a bit too far forward. And I mean, right now it doesn't actually interfere with this track, but it will interfere with how... Right now these corner pieces are just slotted in here loosely, which is no bueno. I mean, technically they'll stay there and they'll work that way, but I would like to actually have them connected. But unfortunately, in order to connect them to the rest of the frame, this gear system here interferes with how that would be done. So I'm actually going to move all this gearing back closer to the walker, so there's a little more room in there. I'm actually also going to mirror this so that the drive system's on this side. For whatever reason, I want the drive on the back right instead of the back left. So that is also something that I would like to do. So, and then I already know, because I've done this once before, that I'm gonna want the axle supporting the head kind of right here, I think. So I'm actually gonna flatten that part of the base with these tiles so that the bottom of that axle can be flush. Tea of the day, Eric with the hard-hitting questions, is blueberry. Bill is waiting for a Lego parcel, but we got, oh my gosh, 30 centimeters of snow, so it was delayed. That's crazy. Yeah, I'm actually also waiting for Lego. What I ordered a bunch of small things to get the penguin gift with purchase. But yeah, okay. Okay, I think that's where I want that. And then we're just gonna ramp that up there. And we're gonna put this there. Okay, I think that's good. Although actually, I already know that's going to interfere. There's so much to consider. Okay, I think that is how we want those. Okay, so and then we're going to have our mounts for, yeah, so this will be the main Technic frame for the walking mechanism. We'll get some axles in there. And then, like I said, I'm going to have the drive system on the right. So we're going to have that there. And then colors of this, actually we'll probably rebuild this again at some point, but so this will be the anchor point for the head of the AT-AT of the walker. So actually I would like that to be white, but you can't always get what you want. I know I have well, there's one here in a prototype. Take this off. It's going to be white. Okay, so this will be the anchor point for the head. Then we have our walking mechanism. Then we're going to have some more cross bracing on the base. And then we'll have the other walking mechanism in the back, which I already know, or I remember. I'm pretty sure each axle driving the feet were two holes in from the end. I guess this is like the third time I'll be building this since I built one for the gingerbread, one last week for the AT-8 for the regular walker, and hopefully this will be, at least in terms of final layout, hopefully this will be the end or the finish of it. Be the last version. Okay, I think this is what we have going here. Okay, yeah, so I'm going to make it one stud narrower in that. And then in terms of length, I think our length is actually pretty good. Yeah, it'll be a nice even number. So I actually want a 14 long. Long. We'll go there. Eight and 8. Okay, here we go. Yeah, I think that's good. It's actually quite a big base. Oh, and actually, I guess in the final version, I might actually cut these corners somehow, either with actually round. I guess we'll see. Maybe I can go round. Or maybe faceted. I'm not sure how. And actually this, I think, yeah, we'll do that. Then we'll have some brick to work with here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, I don't think I have any more. No, I lied. I have hundreds of these. 6 by 8. Okay. I do believe this will be the layout. Funny Fox Biome, welcome to the chat. Seeing those green and white axles in the bin. It's always funny to spot you using old rare colors of pieces for no reason. Oh yeah, this is just my random collection of 1x4 or 4 long axles. Especially when they're internal so you don't even see them. Actually try not to use the colored ones. Actually I never use the colored ones unless I explicitly need to or want to, which does not happen that often. Okay, excellent. Now I guess we'll start building the mechanism. And basically I know I'm going to need some supports here. Which will also help tie some of what I have going on here together. Hopefully I remember how to do all this correctly. These are the sliders that the walking platforms are going to be sliding on. Then we need some 3 long axles. Actually, I guess I only need 1. It's a bit excessive, bring the whole bin out, but then we need some lift arms. I noticed we're going to start using white because we're getting close to the surface, or what will eventually be the surface of this model. And as always, I would actually like to use more white pieces, but I do not have huge availability of some of these in white. So, as I said, I probably will rebuild this in. Well, I'll make instructions for this at some point. So at that point, when I make instructions, I'm sure I'll have to disassemble it to see exactly how everything was built, and then I'll rebuild it with whatever final colors I want to use for everything. Oh, Dr. Random is in the house. Welcome, Dr. Random. Funny Fox Biome. I tend to build Bionicle models which would show off those colors more prominently, so I have a bit of a sense of what Technic. Well, pieces are hard to come by like that. Yeah, Bionicle was always a good source of Technic in other colors. I don't even know what I did that for. I do need a 3 long axle here. Talking and building at the same time. It's definitely conducive to making errors. Because we want that. I think then the next one is going to be a 4 long axle. Actually gonna, okay, we're gonna want basically another Technic beam here. Everybody loves thinking, too much thinking. Okay, so basically we have our crank set up now. Excellent. Then we're going to want the drive axle here. One, two. Well, actually, I do think. Actually, yeah. I think actually I want this side. This side needs to be one stud further out, and then I'll bring this end one stud in. Right. Then this will come out to the actual drive. This will come out to the actual gearbox to drive everything, so it'll come out to the motor. Yeah, Jay Tooker's in the house. Oh, Brian the Brick is back. Hello, just bought a new coat and new pants because it's going to be colder tomorrow. Yeah, Ottawa is getting chilly again. It's actually, it wasn't too bad the last few days. The last few days was sunny and like -6, -4 to -6 highs, which is freaking balmy in comparison to what it's been. But this weekend's getting cold again. Funny Fox Biome, since Bionicle is out of production, I just tend to hope that they release Technic pieces in all the new exciting colors as soon as possible. Especially that new pink and lilac. Man, pink and lilac Technic set, or Technic pieces, that's a bit ambitious. Bill, we talked about transparent axles, yeah. Oh, he looked it up. Transparent plastic is methacrylate. Man, wow, that's a mouthful. MABS, while axles are polymethylene dieldrin. Oh, and MABS is too brittle, I see. Wow, 10 degrees Celsius. That's like balmy, Brian. Come on. So why don't they make transparent Technic beams or pins? I mean, they have made Technic transparent lift arms, but they I think they're only in one length. For the, I'm going to say some pod racer sets or something. Possibly. Bill just wants to hear Jason say it. Yeah, clearly I failed on that. I just gave up. Can't remember if Cat or Panacea, but one set I got from one had transparent half pins. Wow. Brian the Brick, do you have to shovel snow? Yes, I've shoveled a lot of snow this winter already. Yeah, this winter we had quite a bit of snow. It wasn't like, I mean, we've definitely had worse winters in terms of snowfall, but it was definitely bad enough. We only got one like real heavy dump where we got like maybe, 40 to 50 centimeters over the course of a day or two. And then, yeah, I still shoveled the driveway by hand. Okay, now we're going to need to do the drive axle. So I'm just going to get some pieces out. Actually, I'll just do this tight to the... And then we want a 1, 2, 3, 4 long. And these have to be aligned basically half a stud off grid just because of the way, well, axle holes are half stud off from the stud grid, as we all know. So get some half stud spacers. Actually, I think all these will be buried. Oh my gosh, it's so tight. I'm gonna use fancy green ones right now. I ran out of yellow. Green for drive axle, obviously. Then we're going to put another one there. We'll lock that in. We're going to have the other green one here. And then this will be driven from the back here. And then here we'll start working on the mechanism for the head tilting. We'll basically rebuild that. So I think that's how we're going to lay that out. So I need a 5 long axle. I think a 5 long. Yeah, and then we'll put this one in. And again, I want these offset by half a 90-degree rotation. So we're going to put that in there, and then we're going to put so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 long axle. And here. Excellent. How's our movement here? Seems reasonable. Okay, at what point do I start taking this apart and scavenging pieces? Should I just rebuild? I guess I should just rebuild. Never take your prototypes apart, obviously. They should make Technic sets for the girls. That ought to bring some color into it. Bunny Fox biome, yeah. I mean, I'm sure the French sets have some Technic, but yeah, they probably haven't color shifted a lot of the Technic pieces to different colors. Eric has a ton of snow here. Snowbanks are over 8 feet tall now. Wow, yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, we're not as bad as some places in southern Ontario get huge snow squalls off the lake, so we're not quite that bad. Bill, Delrin is low friction and high strength, which is perfect for axles. Interesting. Turns out they use 10 different plastics for different functions. Basically, it's bricks, transparent, axles, pins, rubberized, etc. Yeah. Yeah, I knew they had a lot. Yeah, depending on what the functionality is, or the, I guess, stress and strength requirements of a part. This is one case where I found a use for 5 stud long plates. It's just stronger than having a 1x2 and a 1x3. And I know I had a tooth at the end to rest just because there were some very minor clearance issues. I don't know if that's the case anymore, but I think it becomes an issue when you start putting the snow surface on. The tooth, at least, I want the bottom surface of this platform to extend 6 studs, but I want to use as minimal basically thickness at the very end, so the tooth works out really great for that. Man, my pins, I think these are old gray pins, which is kind of interesting. Right, so then our platforms, right, will be like that. And then we need so this is where the feet will be mounted. And then we need to actually build that up, and I think it have to be, yeah, half stud off. So again, one of the more useful newer parts, the 1x3 jumper plates. I love these, just to add a little bit more stability. The gear's the same plastic as axles. Interesting question. From Dr. Random. I unfortunately do not know the answer to that. Brian the Brick, this is fascinating. Lego is smarter than I thought. I mean, they've had 60 years to more than that now to kind of perfect the chemistry of the plastic. 15 long lift armor has been trans clear and trans dark pink. Yeah, I have some of the 15 long transparent ones somewhere. Oh, there's one right here. Transparent 15 long. Unfortunately, because of all the internal like structure for making like in the mold, it's actually not that transparent, right? It's like it's got all these ridges along the side of it on the inside. I mean, it's still better than nothing, but yeah, I haven't actually used it anywhere. I keep thinking I might use it, but in the end, it doesn't really. Yeah, I don't know. It's not as appealing as one would think. Anya. Anya? Annie? Welcome. Yeah, thanks for popping in the chat. Gears are nylon, yeah. Am I late? Oh, no. I mean, what are we in? Oh, we're 40 minutes in. Alrighty. No, you are not late. We are building AT-ATs. Walking AT-ATs. Okay, and then actually while I'm just gonna put a bunch of stuff on here. Okay, and this will be, yeah, where our motor mount will be. So I just put some Technic bricks there so we can basically attach our motor mount onto the side. And then I guess in the meantime, we can actually, I'm just gonna put a longer axle on that. Mostly so I can take it out again easily. But then in theory, we can get a motor on here, which of course I have no motor. Oh yeah, I went to no motors. I have an L motor, which is a bit overkill probably, but we can at least get our running AT-AT. Oh, hi and bye. Thanks for popping in. Gears are the same plastic as pins. M. Hatfield. Ooh, I have one of those. Instantly among 10,000. Wow, the collection is very highly sorted. So, yeah. I try and make it easy to find stuff. It doesn't happen all the time, but... Oh, snarf snarf. Translucent rather, trans means translucent rather than transparent. That's a fair point. They should have used transparent for the arms that hold the Pokemon sets. Oh, yeah. Okay, anyway, that's running pretty smooth. So that's good. Okay, so yeah, I want to try and get our front rotating. Okay, I have some thoughts. Okay, for the head, this is my anchor point. So we're gonna need something to interesting. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I see. I need another. Should have just stuck a brick in there. Okay. Okay, so here is Oh my god, that's the second time this half pin has fallen on the floor. Get rid of that. And then I'm gonna need a ball joint. Well, a ball for the ball joint. That is actually not the right ball joint I want. Okay, so in theory, we have a control point that we can connect a lift arm to of some sort. Well, a ball jointed lift arm. Control arm, we have our control arm. Actually, before I get too far ahead of myself here, I just want to confirm my spacing on all this. Well, actually, I think I want this all to be one stud forward. And this is why we prototype. Yeah, I would like the front of this because I already know I need enough space here so that this lift arm doesn't interfere with whatever internal structure I need to mount the track. So I actually want to put this one forward. So I'll bring the front one forward and I'll bring the back one forward as well. But obviously I don't have to rebuild everything. I'm just going to remove some of these. For example, that guy, and we're going to get some and then this one, I'll just slide this forward as well. Joys of rebuilding. Because I already know if I don't make that, if I don't allow enough clearance here, it is just going to interfere with the front. And again, once I have all this completely nailed in terms of the drive system, I can always try and bring in the frame, like when I work on building the instructions, if I want to rejig the frame or if I see an opportunity to make it a bit smaller. Yeah, so now we have like 4 studs because I actually do need 2 studs. I think I need 4 studs. For all the basically, well, I need at least 3 studs for all the mounting of the track, but 4 studs would be even better, obviously. Just give me a little bit more space to work with. Okay, excellent. Then we're going to have that mounted there, and maybe a 1x8. Yeah, 1x8, and we'll get a 1x4. Actually, we'll get a 1x6. Okay, then we're going to have this gear because we're gearing this down. We'll go 12 to 20 again like we did in the original prototype. And then we'll need one more Technic brick with 2 holes. And then we're going to have again, we're going to need so 1, 2, 3, 4. I think we'll try 5 long for that. So I'm basically just gonna ram that in there. Okay, so that's our gear down drive, and then we'll have a crank and a pin, which will attach to the other end of this control arm. Right. So now we have, oh, interesting. You might not be able to see, but if I mount it up here, so the swing of this, it's not quite centered just because of the geometry. So when it swings to the right here, it actually overshoots quite a bit. And it slightly interferes with this tile that I have there. And then coming back, it doesn't. So we can actually mitigate that by putting an angle connector in there. So we can kind of center the ball joint. And, oh, actually, oh man, I just bought some of these super shallow angle connectors last. Oh, Tricks and Bricks is in the house. Long time no see, my friend. Yeah, things are going great. Oh, Brixie. Brixie. Bought the set and just waited for this video. Oh, excellent. What type of motor are we using? I mean, right now I'm just using Power Functions rechargeable motor. This is still the gold standard, in my opinion. It's a real shame they don't make them anymore. The gearbox for this model will be completely independent though. It'll be like hot swappable. It just mounts on this back here, so we can redesign it with whatever. But anyway, I got these last week. I showed you my haul. We got these number 7 Technic angled connectors, which we can actually introduce in here. So instead of using a straight bar, if we put the angled connector in, then we'll actually change that. But of course, this is 3 long, and this Technic connector is 2 long. So we're going to have to. We're going to have to be creative. And at the base of this, well, right now at the base of the axle supporting the head or driving the head, we have an axle connector, but actually it's not really that critical. We're gonna put the angle connector in to overshoot it, or to center the rotation. Then I'm actually just gonna put a friction pin in there. Which is actually not that terrible idea anyway, because then we can adjust, we can actually rotate the head manually a little bit if we have a friction pin in there. And you actually don't risk, if you ever have to pull this axle connector out, like we'll have an axle connector there, it's not going to bring the axle with it, or it won't bring the pin in with it, because the pin's got a stopper on it. So you don't risk losing that. Okay, so because I have this axle connector in here now, yeah, like my ball joint is still off-centered, but now here, let's pretend this is the head. Hopefully my head, oh yeah, it's much more even now in terms of clay to left and right. Oh, Director of Rec. Good morning. I heard this is where it's at. Oh my gosh, somebody's a comedian. Amazing. Bill, will you watch Winter Olympics? Street Surfers Alex. Whoa, promising. Excellent. Yes, I will. We probably will watch some of it, I'm sure. Yeah. We like sports. Okay. Excellent. So we have a mostly centered head motion. I think I have my frame finally sized appropriately. Everything runs smoothly. Okay, I'm gonna bring, since I got that forward. Right now that's AT. Wow, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I think right now this is the same size. But I actually want to narrow it. I want to narrow it by 1 stud. So I am going to bring this side in by a plate, which is easy enough to do. Okay. I think we finally have our bounds. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So we have 10, 20. So right now we're 30 studs long, and I believe 20 studs wide. 30 by 20, so it's pretty big. But there we go. It's pretty stable. That's good. Four. Excellent. And we have a lot of excellent. Some clearance to work with. Okay. So let's build up the... So theoretically, I can just plop the AT on there from this prototype, and it should all be working. Oh, our Hamburg's in the house. Welcome to the chat. Good to see you, my friend. Hope everything is going well. Actually, we haven't talked about any news in the world yet in terms of Lego news. I feel like there's definitely been some announcements this week. And some leaks. Okay. Okay. This is great. Great. Okay, so for my mounting, actually, I think I am just going to steal the track from this, though, because nobody likes having to rebuild all these. But basically, I do want 2 tiles. I'm not sure what the best way to do this is. Actually, I'm just going to go 1x4s all the way around. And then I want my tiles on top of that. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm going to put bricks on the inside, and for the sake of just visibility and contrast, I'm going to use dark gray for that. Actually 1x6. One by 2 tile or 2x4 tiles. My bin is completely out of black 2x4 tiles. Do I even have? Oh my god! I don't even have any. Don't even have any overflow. Oh my gosh. I only have 5. It's crazy. I'll reserve them for the ends. So basically, we want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we want that mounted there. I can just use 1 long or 1 wide tiles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so we're going to mount that there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right. Okay. Spacing's all good. Excellent. What happened to my chat? Excited for big classic space minifig. Oh yeah, absolutely. I knew there was something big that happened. Or now, so I guess it's been a week now, probably, but. Yeah, the big blue space fig. That is definitely on my list. For sure. Oh yeah, Hail Mary. Project Hail Mary ship, which, you know, man, it's a pretty nice looking ship, but I probably don't need it. Well, I definitely don't need it. I don't need any Lego. What are we talking about? Our Hamburg, we have 2 cold days without my heater and warm water. My heater's working again. Oh man, that's rough. Oh, Bill will probably be in Canada in ice hockey again. We'll see about that. Canada hasn't been too great lately, it seems. But yeah, I'm confident though. Canada a good ice hockey team. The juniors, yeah, are like amateurs. Although now NHL players play in the Olympics, don't they? I don't follow the NHL as much as I used to. So I don't even know. I assume they shut down for a bit and the players can go play at the Olympics. Well, our hamburger's getting the old Ford Model T. That is a pretty nice looking set. I feel like I mean, it's starting to get, it's so like high fidelity. Like it's almost like too realistic looking. If that can be a thing. Definitely looks like more like a real actual model. Okay, last time I ran out of these curved slopes, so this is my overflow of 1x4 curved slopes. So we'll need to bring some of these in again. Get our black base. Okay, so this is where we find out if we have enough clearance to build all this stuff up. And because I narrowed it by 1, we actually need to shorten this. Oh, I just have to run and get some pieces. Oh, our hamburger has no choice. He loves Ford and cars. I mean, do what you gotta do. It is a very nice looking model. Okay, I guess we can put this one anywhere. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Excellent. Spacing is good. Right, now, one thing I was really concerned about was how to mount these corner. We're putting basically a 1x4 slope in the corner to round out the corner so that the chain has a nice smooth transition, and we need to figure out a way to mount that. And we're basically going to just try and put that on a hinge and see what happens. And I was experimenting with this earlier this week, just because nobody wants to do this live. Eric really likes the tires on the Ford set. Yeah, they actually look super cool. No disagreement there. They look pretty awesome. Our hamburgers, there a difference between the yellow and green gear? Oh, other than color, no, these are both exactly the same. I just ran out of yellow. I would have just used yellow, but ran out. Okay, so I'm basically just using a regular hinge piece here, and we can actually mount that like so and like so. And as I was afraid, there is going to be some interference. Oh yeah, see this. Unfortunately, yeah, the crank that drives this arm. So there's a couple things we can try and do to mitigate that. Actually, this doesn't need to be a too long hinge. We can just use the one by one round with a bar. Obviously, it won't give as strong a connection. It'll only be a one stud connection, but really we just need something to hold this in position. It doesn't have to be that strong, actually, because the chain will actually hold it in place for the most part. But still, we got to make sure even this doesn't have any interference. Oh yes, excellent. Now we have really good clearance. This crank clears all that. It helps that it's actually a rounded one by one plate as well. Excellent. Excellent. I'm actually going to change these mounting points. Yeah, and then I think our chain, yeah, that should be pretty nice. Okay, excellent. And then in theory, our interesting. I actually do want, no, we'll worry about that later. I think the snow surface will have to be built up around this. Which is fine. That'll be fine. Director of Rec 44 here watches Lego Masters. Just finished watching season 5 and now starting to watch the Aussie version. Oh, enjoy the Australian version because it is pretty awesome, especially compared to the American one. Okay, excellent. Yeah, this is really good. It's coming together. Okay, so yeah, we can basically finish filling this in. I guess I should. Excellent. Actually, I'm going to change that. Actually, a lot of basic brick. I'm definitely going to have to optimize the brick usage when I make instructions for this. And if I do cut the corners for the finished model, that'll save some brick as well. Okay. Again, I'm just going to get the one we already made on the other side. Eric, the Aussie version is the best by far, yeah. Our Hamburg, the German version is super bad, I see. That's unfortunate. The New Zealand version is really good too, yeah. We actually watched some of the New Zealand version because we had some friends who were on them, but we actually stopped watching once our friends got eliminated. Okay. Let's half start off. Okay, excellent. And now we're gonna have to make a few more of these angled brackets. One, two, three, and we use 6. Basically need 3 of these angled mounting brackets. To cut these corners. So nice. Actually, it fits so nice to make those rounded corners. It's pretty awesome. And then in theory, like, we should just be able to plate over. I mean, I'll have to add some bricks for infrastructure, for support, but well, I can steal some of these 2x4 tiles. Excellent. Okay, we'll need 2 more of these. Eric, yeah, there was only 2 seasons of New Zealand. Oh yeah, it's actually a shame. Yeah, they're pretty good. How do you scale down buildings? When we talk about the museum, for instance, do you convert meters into studs? Yeah, pretty much, actually. Usually, like for the museum, we usually pick some, you know, defining architectural detail. Like for the museum, it was the windows, basically. because each window pane is like a 2-stud wide Lego window frame. So you basically start with, oh my gosh. So we figured we could use basically the 1x2 by 3 brick high window frames for the main windows in the museum. And as a result, oh, interesting. As a result, everything was keyed off that. So once you know like how big some key architectural detail is going to be in your model, then you say the windows in the real museum are like, I don't know how, I can't even remember. I can't remember how wide they are. If they're like 4 feet wide, translates into like 2 studs, then you kind of try and scale everything down based on that ratio. At least that's the approach we took. Okay, and then we finally need the last bit. And I actually don't know how well the chain will fit, because I did change the dimensions of this a little bit. Oh no, actually, I forgot I need to resize this. Yeah, because I made this 1 stud narrower, the chain and because of this gear here, I actually can't mount this bracket the way I wanted to, but I can just mount it on the front one instead. Excellent. And we actually do, I do want something there. Don't know what yet though. Oh my god, I actually want, I just want a stud there. I just want a stud there to put something on. Excellent. There we go. Okay. Okay, we have a beautiful oval. Hopefully the chain fits. The biggest unknown of this whole thing is whether the chain, not that it just not only fits, but it's tensioned enough so that the snow speeder will stay upright. Obviously I made it 1 stud narrower, so I will have to remove some links. How many, I don't know. 3 apparently is the number. Let's see what we got going on here. Oh my god. Oh, it's like perfectly tensioned. Amazing. Oh yeah, so good. Oh, it's so good. It's so smooth. Nice. I do need to tile. I need to fill in some of these tiles. Right now the chain has no support on that side, this side. Okay, I'm gonna take the chain off for now. I do need to add the tiles in. Oh yeah, so good. And in the gingerbread AT-AT, I did cut the corners, but this one, whatever, I'll just make it square for now. Okay, where'd my chain go? So we have a chain. Okay, in theory. Now in theory, I should just be able to stick the transmission on as is. Well, actually, I do need to mirror it because I did mirror. I did mirror. How will the chain be driven? Great question. How do you handle so much snow every year? You get used to it. I guess the hoodie is a political reference. No, because I just shaved my head last night, and when you don't have hair, unsurprisingly, your head gets cold, and it's cold down here, so keep my head warm. Our Hamburg. So you find an object that defines the scale and go from there. Yeah, absolutely. That's exactly it. Nice. What I'm going to build is a small Hoth battle with two AT-ATs attacking the base. Oh, excellent. Yeah, how will the chain be driven? We're going to have a horizontal gear. This horizontal gear in the transmission will interface with it. And actually, the height of this gear is non-standard. It's like some weird... So I actually might thicken the base by one plate just so that the chain is on the boundary of a plate perfectly. I don't know. We'll see. But anyway, I do need to... mirror this. So that okay, so I just took it apart like I didn't care, but really I have no idea what we're doing here. Okay, so we have is our mounting. Let's see, I should have another mounting bracket. Okay, in theory, that will be mounted like so. This gear gets mounted like so. Whatever I just had here gets mounted like so. All right, and then we drive the whole thing like so. And then we stick a motor on it. Why do I not have any M motors? Oh, there's one. Okay, time to see how this all works. Opstar. Oh, but what I meant is what's written on the hoodie. Oh, no, this is the name of our local Lego club. Parliament is our government. I mean, I live in Ottawa, which is the capital of Canada. This is where Parliament sits. So, and of course, LUG is Lego Users Group. So it's just a play on words of the Parliament buildings, basically, or the fact that this is a government city. What it looks like LUG merch though, Lego User Group, yeah. It's our local club. I'm just guessing because I think it says Parliament, obviously. The LUG, wherever Canadian Parliament is. I guess Ottawa. Snarf Snarf knows what's going on. Okay, here we go. Yeah, works. Works. I guess the snow speeder's going around the wrong way, but I don't know how fast can you make it go? I mean, that's as fast as the motor goes right now. It's geared down a lot. I mean, I could obviously not gear it down, but okay, so now in theory, now that I've got all this built up, you can start doing some infill. Of white. We are going to try and make it filled in. We've got a lot of white plates. Actually, we don't have a lot out, but we have a lot of light plates in general. Oh, actually, I guess all these other mounting brackets can be bigger because they don't interfere, but that's fine. And then in theory, our plates will be at this level. So we need some white plates. A lot of light white plates. Yeah, and obviously it'd be nice to optimize the positioning of all these white plates, but you know, we'll do what we can. Actually, I'm gonna get some larger bricks. So we get a better substructure to work with, or bigger substructure to work with. Because obviously the more support bricks we have, the obviously better supported the whole thing will be. And yeah, today I'm not gonna worry too much about oh no, what happened there? Oh, I see. We just caught an edge, just like snowboarding. We just need to put the foot mounting platforms on so that we do not do that again. Interesting. That's always the problem when you start. Something's catching, we don't know what. Oh, it's this brick. Yeah, you add some random brick and then everything goes to heck. Constant testing. Okay. Excellent. Excellent. We're going places. Okay, sorry. I really got distracted there. Trying to get things working. Oh my God. Bill, Jason for president. Yeah, thanks. Former MMB, and I've been to a Lego convention or two. Oh, excellent. That's cool. How fast can you make go? It's alive. Speed. The AT-AT looks right. Yeah, it doesn't look that bad, actually. What colors are the classic adult space minifig do you have? Oh, great question. Actually, not that many, probably. I don't know. I don't have them all in like one spot. And I know I bought some different colors over the years. But probably not that many. I mean, I'm sure they have like blue, white, red. Actually, that might be it. I know there's a lot now. Is the snow speeder not flying in the wrong direction? I mean, it's just like Zoolander, can't turn left. Yeah, it is technically going in the opposite direction in terms of Luke's run in the movie. We can definitely modify the gearbox to try and change that. Have I ever slipped in the snow before? It's been a while. Usually pretty careful. I think the white 2x4 brick on the right is the culprit. Oh, yep. Excellent. Good eye. Yeah, you just got to keep breaking it. Dr. Random. Yeah, I actually don't have that many. I mean, that I know off the top of my head. You know, I was never really big into collecting. Or at least not anymore. I mean, maybe I was at some point, but... Okay. Okay, we do want to... 1, 2, 3, 4. Start filling in our... I guess in theory, this can go all the way. Start filling in the snow. And again, we're going to try and keep special focus on not having anything bind. Obviously, like these can only go so close. This is a half stud. Although theoretically, oh no, actually that should be that should be, actually no, this should clear, this level of plate should clear all of that. So, well, that should be a brick. Oh my God. I should be able to get a 6x8 full plate in there without anything binding. Yes, excellent. Amazing. And then we'll have 2x. Actually, this is a bit of a weird. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna take the track off again. I think it'll just go best if we don't have the track on. Because I'm going to need to fill some of this in a little bit. Excellent. And then for the corners, I played this game with the gingerbread version. We're just going to mount, and we're going to mount them high. All right, so basically, yeah, we can get a corner like that. And then there's a reason I was using in the gingerbread one. Basically around the feet, I think we can put some tiles. Oh, it actually goes back a bit further. I think that's why I used basically, let's say if I have a 2x2 plate here, when we run it, basically I have a 2x4 spaced gap here, but that plate just ever so slightly goes past the boundary. So if I put a tile here, it will interfere. Oh, but not enough to bind, actually. Well, as I say that, it just, something went. But if I, instead of having those two stacked 2x2 plates, if we put one of these guys here with the slightly slope downhill. Sorry, I think the problem is this actually. Oh, yeah, okay. No, I played this game. I remember this game. This is fine. We're getting there. We're getting there. Or not. Oh, everybody loves binding issues. Oh, yeah, it's not. Oh, it's that. Oh, it's the jumper plate. Interesting. Some more clearance. Oh, I know you have the brown. It came with the blue Space Baby. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I probably have the brown somewhere. Oh, yeah, I have the brown. Yeah, it's right here. Pow. The brownie. I completely forgot about that guy. Look at him. Brown. So there's one to the collection. Okay, so obviously there's a way to mitigate that. We can actually in the gingerbread version of this, I actually did have these built a little bit differently. I thought I would try and make them a little stronger, but by adding another thickness of plate, but in the end, I think we're better off keeping them thin. So it was a fine line between okay, so in theory, that should solve that problem. What do I want to do here? 1, 2. Oh, it's too high actually. Okay. So yeah, basically 10 of the 15 spacemen available. Whoa, there's 15 different colors available? That's ridiculous. Okay, so in theory, we have a thing, and I have a surrogate foot here. In theory, this is the foot of the AT-AT. Excellent. So all that clearance looks pretty good. Which is great, but I will have to rebuild these a little bit as well. And I'm curious if I can actually get by with just putting a 2x2 brick on there instead. Yeah, I think it'll work actually. Okay. Now we're cooking. Cooking with charcoal, baby. I quite want to buy the red small space baby to go with the new big astronaut. Oh, Brian the Brick, yeah. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to getting Big Blue. And then we'll have to I modified this guy. The head doesn't rotate. I would like to actually drop an axle through the whole thing and have it like motorized. We'll see what we can do with the Big Blue one once we get it. When does that release? March 1st or something? Oh, no. I lost a piece. Gone forever. Okay. We do need to start. Right. We can't put a brick there because that's too much interference. Build this up though. That can go there. One, two, three, four. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, interesting. That interferes with. Oh, it only needs to be a 1x4. So we'll put a 1x4 there, and then we'll get our quarter round to cover that unsightly gap. I might still tweak some of. Oh, in fact, I can just replace one of these with a bracket. Yeah. Yeah, like this. So right now, because I have these bricks built sideways, I basically have to, and there's like a half a plate difference between the top of this layer of plates and the top of these on this side. But if we just put a bracket there instead, that will bring that level up to the same height as the plates with some studs there. Excellent. And then it's the same surface level. Amazing. I guess there's no real support, but well, actually I'll just add a tile in there. So we have better support. Oh yeah, so good. Then we can tie whatever, like if we have some random decorations we want to put in. Tie that in nicely. Okay. Hopefully the geometry of this is actually correct. Oh my god, can you imagine? Put this all together and then find out that I have the feet like a stud off or something. That would be comical. Blue Spaceman's coming out March 1st. Yeah, excellent. Can you make Big Blue walk? I mean, we can try. The legs are articulated, right, on those? I'm pretty sure. It'd be cool to make I don't even know what the features are of these things. If you turn the head, can the arms rotate? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what we can do with it. Bill, some are Frankenstein with parts from many sets. Oh yeah, I mean obviously yeah, they didn't come all as complete colors, right? Like there's some purple helmet and air tanks in the one of the New Year's, Chinese New Year's sets. The gray is 2022 torso. All right, yeah, I have that torso. In fact, oh yeah, isn't that no? Oh yeah, this guy has the gray torso. Oh, these space dudes I have lying around. Wish we could get the pink Space Baby without having to take out a second mortgage. Oh, is the pink Space Baby? I have no idea. Oh yeah, it came with a collectible minifig, didn't it? I think, did it? I wonder how compared to the plush. Yeah, it's interesting. We'll that's the plushie. We'll see how big it is compared to the plushie. Snow speeder not flying in the wrong direction. Yes. Oh, sorry. I accidentally went way back. This is crazy. I'm not willing to pay the 400% shipping. The figure is worth about $5. Go agree. Yeah, that's the, yeah. Plus the minimum orders make it near impossible to just get the figure. Oh yeah. Yeah, you definitely want to buy more than one thing from Shop at Home. Okay. Okay, we're coming along. We're getting there. Okay, we got to do the back end or the opposite side. Obviously, we have some other gears to mesh to deal with here, but I think actually the clearance on the gears is the same. If we build, we can actually put large plates quite a bit higher, and I think the snow plate level will actually clear all those gears without any problems. I'm just trying to see as it runs what my clearances are. I think I can drop some 1x2s in there. And I can drop some 1x6s in there. Some 1x6s in here. All just to build up some infrastructure. Excellent. Then in theory, oh no, we can't go, yeah, we can go. I think I could put a brick in there. Yes, we can. Right. Okay, actually, before I forget, I do want to rebuild these as well. Hold on. Of course, you're gonna be annoying. Oh my god, I'm running out of space here to. They're fully articulated. Oh, cool. Yeah, yeah. The large figs are fully articulated. That's awesome. We can definitely try and make them move somehow. Mark is Mark. Excellent. Welcome to the chat. I used to Frankenstein parts, but now trying to avoid it. I can never remember where I put them. Yeah, that's fair. Upscaled minifigs. Legs move, arms, hands, and head rotate. Amazing. Tea of the day is, yeah, it's blueberry. As Eric said, not sure how when Space Babies came around. Yeah, it's been quite a few years now, I think. So I didn't find out they were a thing until too late. Oh, that's sad. Yeah, there's a lot of plushies. There's actually a lot of plushies of various minifigs. Like there's Harry Potter minifig plushies. I think the Spaceman comes in multiple colored plushies. Upscaled are 6'1" or 25, 10 inches tall. Interesting. I think the plushie's quite a bit bigger than that. Mark is new. Yeah, welcome to the chat, Mark. Brian the Brick would love to have more Space Babies, but I can't justify spending more Lego. Oh, then just for the gift with purchase, yeah. I mean, you can't have too many Space Babies. Okay, we are getting places. As can be evidenced by this stream, it does take a surprisingly long amount of time just to do any of this any of this detail work, which is why I usually don't do it on stream, because it's just really time consuming and kind of finicky. And it's not actually as interesting, at least in my opinion, as all the mechanics. Okay, we have this. I think I'll need some support on this too. Oh my god, my table is getting a little bit full of stuff. What can I put there? Oh, I can put a I better just have a 2x3. Okay, excellent. Another 2x3 white. One by 10. Yeah, constant vigilance. Always got to keep testing to make sure nothing's interfering. You gotta change the color of the yellow axle. Yeah, that'll be connected to the head, obviously. Aki. Yeah, that'll be connected up to the head, so that will change. Okay, one more corner to finish off. So what do we need here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we'll need a 6x4. Seven. Everybody loves building in sevens. Such a round number. I guess 1x5s exist, so I might as well use them. Okay. And then we'll do one more. One more bracket. In white. And again, we'll want some support on that. And of course, you can see that. Oh my gosh. Better be black. Okay. Looking good. And then in theory, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm just going to put interesting. Why is that? There we go. Excellent. There's definitely some like minor catching. Nothing terrible. It might come out in the wash. Who knows? Cover that up. Okay. Get our chain back. Even though the snow speeder is going in the wrong direction, we're going to put it together. There's definitely some things that don't sound super awesome. Okay, but I think we're ready to try and mount the AT-AT. Oh, there are some minor... Actually, I do think these need to be tiles. There's definitely something that's like... There's going to be some interference of the toes. That needs to be a tile. And then we will need to actually have a bigger support there. Okay. Obviously, we'll get rid of this. We are going to try and do the transition. Is it premature? I don't know. We'll see. I also have a feeling we're going to have to do some shenanigans on the height adjustment. I think the base is probably taller than it was before. I think it might be easier to put the feet on first and then connect them to the body. Or maybe not. I don't actually know how tall this needs to be either. I think that might be too tall. Oh yeah, it's definitely too tall. Is that even too tall? I wonder. Oh yeah, that's too tall too. I think it needs to be one plate lower, which is a bit unfortunate. I need studs. It's actually not that bad. I just need studs here. So instead of using tiles, I'm going to use these 1x4 tiles. Well, with studs on either end. That way I have studs here to connect. Studs here to connect the mounting. Supports. Okay. So I do want to, I'm just going to replace this with a 2x2 brick. Walking legs, all on their own. Okay, we have some legs. We have legs with no body. Entertaining. Okay. So I think the easiest to make the upscaled head go side to side. The arms and legs are loaded with friction pins, ball joints, and gears for more friction. Interesting, yeah. It would probably require a lot of redesign, but I'm always up for a challenge. Brian the Brick, for some reason I didn't get a lot of sets in 2025, but loads in 2024. Interesting. I mean, at some point, do you really need more sets? Debatable. You definitely require quite a lot of modification to make one of the upscaled minifigs walk. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely not going to walk on its own, but I feel like making the head and arms move might be a little bit more. Because if you just make the legs go back and forth, then you need some other way to support the whole thing. Mizda, that's a neat base plate. I was impressed with how much you managed to pack in small footprints. Oh, thanks. Dr. Random, the base looks so clean. Yeah. Oh, yeah, it looks great, doesn't it? I don't know if we need to decorate it with anything. I guess Hoth's surface was all pretty much just snow. I guess you could have some rocks, maybe. Mazda, impressive. Thanks so much. Playing the stream from both my phone and laptop. It's rather echoey. That seems unnecessary. I'm going to the laptop repair center to get my laptop repaired because for some reason the W is slightly broken. That's unfortunate. I have to hold it to type just one W. Oh, that happens when you travel forward a lot in games, yeah. Okay. Hopefully that is the right height, because otherwise... Get some feet in there. Okay, attaching the body. We'll just attach one leg. See what happens. Or not. Because there's probably some issues. Just attach all the legs. Oh no, that guy just fell off. Okay, we'll attach two legs. Actually, I'm just going to take these legs out. Yeah, there's some like minor friction in the system somewhere, which you know, I'll try and fix at some point. It's probably just some minor clearance issues that we can try and mitigate just by changing like how certain adjacent bricks are connected. But I think, where's another leg? One more leg. But I think, oh, and also the head, I guess we need to connect to. Obviously the head is not connected at all. Oh, we're one stud not long enough. So what is this, 6 and 6? That's 12. So actually we need it to be 13 studs long, which is a bit weird. But yeah, I'm wondering if we can use, oh yeah, I bet we can. Oh, amazing. I'm gonna try and use this in place of a transparent axle. We're officially going to do some shenanigans. Possibly. Actually, is it going to be too long? Oh, I guess it's just a touch too long. Actually, for now, I'm just going to wing it. No, I have a... So even though it's not quite like, I have a pin at the end of this, and then I'm going to put a 1x1 round with pin on the end of that. And of course, obviously these two bars, this bar and the end of this bar, aren't coaxial, but it should be close enough that won't cause too much trouble. So then in theory, I can just ram that in there. And if I pop that up, ram that in there. Interesting. Why doesn't the head turn at all? What happened to my head? Oh, I actually didn't. It didn't actually go in the axle hole. Interesting. Well, I think there's too much friction because I've only have a because I used a friction pin there and not an actual axle. There's not enough friction in that pin. Oh, that's too bad. It was such a good idea, but unfortunately, interesting. Why doesn't this... Oh, everybody loves troubleshooting. We're going to need to do some deep dives into here. Yeah, it's definitely something that's not quite... I have a sneaking suspicion it might be this guy. Yeah. So much better. Everybody loves troubleshooting. Okay, I'm just gonna leave that off so we can actually see what's going on in the... There's actually a fair bit of friction in here. Okay, we're gonna put the walker back on. You can do it. Okay. Maybe like reaxle. Oh yeah, sorry. Sorry. I got distracted with troubleshooting. Obviously, the troubleshooting is very time-consuming. Brine the brick. If it sounds a bit crunchy, yeah. Okay, I know exactly what the problem was. It's because I have this plate with technical here. When it tilts up, it actually comes up above the level of the bottom of this plate. So it actually ends up like binding just a little bit on the edge of this plate. So I'm just gonna have to, not use a 6 wide plate. I'll use a 4 wide, well, 5 wide, but a 4 wide plate. I mean, most of this gets covered up buy tiles anyway, so but for the head, I guess the head is pretty heavy, so like in theory I can add this on here. Like, and that now rotates back and forth. But there's actually very little friction between this bar and this. I don't know if that's... I'm going to add this back in just once more to see if... see if we can make it work. If not, I'll just put an axle in and... I may have to go change that bottom connector. Because in theory, there's not a ton of friction on this. But actually, I'm curious if the tolerance... Oh, yes, this is pretty... Oh, no, it's not tight at all. If we pick, like, a different color... Oh, no, see, like... That is so loose. It's like... Even that, yeah, it's just not enough friction, I don't think, in there. We'll try this once more, though. See what happens. Oh, yeah. This now rotates, but it's just rotating. It doesn't have enough give. So, I'm going to stick an axle back in there. It was a good idea. Didn't work. I'm going to go back to axles, and then we'll just see if the friction pin at the bottom has enough. Enough friction. It's a shame because the axles do look pretty ugly. I'll experiment with some other options as well. Oh, at least the friction pin at the bottom seems to have enough. Friction to move the head. Okay, excellent. 1, 2, 3, 4. So for this, though, I'm just going to get a 4x8 plate here instead. And we're just going to build it up a little bit. So we can leave some clearance for the then what did I have? I had 2x3. Interesting. Clearly, we still have some issues. Okay, I know for a fact those should clear. Oh, I wonder if... Oh, yeah, that probably has some clearance issues too. Okay, we're getting there. We're getting there, though. Okay, that's that. Where did my 1x3, 2x3 tiles go? Two by three tile there, and then I'm just going to put okay, we got a head moving. We got some... Oh my gosh, okay. This may or may not finally be able to work. Oh, God, on the other side of the circle. Yeah, we can definitely... I can go through run the gamut of all the various modified plates with like cutouts and things to try and... I'm just trying to get it to work for now. Obviously, I'll have to redesign. It's pretty finicky right now. It's basically like a hodgepodge of plates just to get all the clearances right. But with a little bit of more thorough planning, I'm sure I can get it working a little bit better, or being able to be built a little bit better. If you could do white axles, that'd probably look pretty good. Yeah, in the gingerbread version, I have it's slightly bigger, so I have a longer axle there, but I have a 16 long white axle, which looks pretty good. One long axle in gray would be less visible. They make cross axles in medium gray in 9M and 11M. Do you have those? Bill. I do have an 11. How long is this? Wait, I said it was 13. So I have 11. Yeah, so we can swap. Maybe we'll... I guess the upper axle connector can also be light gray, just to match the aesthetic of the AT-AT. And then I'll just double up the bottom one in white. At least so it's like a consistent color scheme. Actually, that one should probably be gray too, maybe. Okay. Less crunchy, more smooth. Put our snow speeder on. I know it's going the wrong way, but that'll be a problem for another day. Okay. Snow speeder. Okay. So the whole transmission needs to be rebuilt too. It's a bit janky. With a 12L axle in white work, I think those are pretty common. Oh, excellent. 12 long axle in white. I don't think I have any of those. I do not have one of those, so... should we build a mini Tauntaun? Yeah, that would be pretty sweet. Or like a probe droid. I feel like a probe droid would be... I mean, it would obviously be quite small. But really, you just need like a 1x1 round. Here we go, mini probe droid. Oh, Evan's in the house. Almost missed your stream. Can you remind me what time it starts on Fridays? 10 a.m. Eastern. Okay, some part 4 next Friday. No, actually, I think we're probably good with streaming this. It seems to be actually working quite well now. I'm going to give you a better view of it. In all its glory. How's our focus? Focus seems pretty good. Yeah, I feel like the snow definitely could use a little bit of decoration. Maybe, although maybe it's better white. I don't know. I feel like the snow speeder should be angled. I mean, the snow speeder definitely needs to go the other way, but yeah, I do feel like maybe some little outcrops of rock might actually be. Like, I don't know. What if I put like little rocky outcrops or something? I don't know. Maybe might add a little bit of maybe dark. I feel like dark gray might be better to contrast the actual AT-AT. Valtheron DA missed the whole stream. Looks fantastic. Oh, thanks. Do you do Valentine's theme next Friday? Oh, yeah. Actually, we might just build the penguins. Hopefully the penguins gift with purchase will get here next week. Even though it's not really like Valentine's Day, but I would like to make the penguins do something. Skate or something, I don't know. That would be cool as hell. Probe Droid is actually 1x1 black stud. Yeah. This is my Probe Droid. Probe Droid. Some pebbles maybe. Big fan here watching from BC. I've built lots of your models that were great. Oh, thanks, Jen. Appreciate that. Long string after the snow speeder to wrap around the legs. Yeah, can we add a string in? Just like a... where's my string? I took my string out at some point. Is the string out somewhere? String. Oh, there's a string. Okay, yeah. Okay. Here, bear with me here. I'm going to add... Oh, yeah. We'll add a string. I guess string. Tow cable. Come on, guys. Yeah, the tow cable. We'll need another mounting. I know I have another. Oh, there we go. Okay, I'm gonna add another link in the chain with a bar, like here. To add the other side of the tow cable. Okay. And then we're going to attach the tow cable onto that end. Although I guess he's not really dragging the tow cable. He like fires the tow cable. It's not bad though. It's not bad. Yeah, separate it from the AT-AT. Can you see the link? Definitely needs to be an ultra silent motor for such display builds. Yeah, no, I'm all on board with that. Never made a Power Binders Automaton mock. People love the action they have. No, I have not. No, I don't think you can post links in the chat if that's what you're trying to do, Brian. But yeah, super quiet motor would be super awesome. Okay, thoughts on the string? I guess... we'll see. I'm just going to get some rocks. I just want to like punctuate the landscape a little bit with like some debris. I don't know. I feel like it definitely needs a little bit of something. Actually, I wish these... I don't know if these come in dark gray. I don't have any, but... I guess with the 1x1s, you can actually angle them a bit too, which is kind of cool. Mach 144847 on Rebrickable. Got a firepiece? Maybe something was shot down and now is burning. Oh yeah. Great idea. Yeah. I mean, we can probably put a crashed snow speeder somewhere as well. Although, at the same scale as this one, it's pretty big. But, yeah, I feel like... Well, yeah, flames add a little bit of contrast. It's a nanoscale ATST on Rebrickable. Oh, yeah, I see. Let's go check that out. What is it? 144874. Oh my god. Wow, you can't even search by mock name. Mock number. No, it's clearly not the right number. Oh, 847. Sorry, my mistake. Oh yeah, it's still pretty big though. It's not too bad though. Oh, Eric with the coming in hot with the link. Excellent. Hold on a second. Coming in hot with my AT-AT. Yeah, it's not that bad actually. Yeah, I might put that together at some point. Looks pretty good. I mean, I won't build that right now. It's definitely running a bit late. I'm getting hungry, so... now it's a battleground, yeah. That's set at $65. The number of parts should be a lower cost. Yeah, Evan, yeah, I know. It's way too expensive. But it is pretty cool. And it's even cooler when you can make it walk like this. It's pretty awesome. Sadly, my background is very full of garbage. It does need space babies. Where are all my space babies at? There's a space baby there. Actually, I don't even know. I took them somewhere and I don't know where they went. Pink is all we get for now. I guess the ultimate showdown. Okay, but I think we will wrap it up for today. I'll just leave this running. Maybe I'll orient it a bit better. Actually, I still don't know what color turntables to use on the legs, white or black. I guess I'll worry about that later. Ryan the Brick, there were at least 2 ATSTs and 12 AT-ATs deployed on Hoth. So time to buy 11 more AT-ATs. I mean, I do think it would be super cool to have like 3 of these in some kind of diorama. But man, it gets expensive really quick. How do you have dark mode on reworkable? I mean, it's an option in... I mean, I think you need a pro or designer account maybe to get the dark mode option. I don't know. Having the rope move freely around the legs would be better. Use a hook piece on each leg to keep the rotating string stay at the correct height. String would need to be a bit longer though. I mean, they definitely have longer strings. I don't know how you... I'll pay good more to see it was motorized by your awesomeness. Okay, anyway, yeah, we're gonna wrap it up. Thanks for Eric and our Hamburg to do some moderation. Thanks for everybody for joining and popping in, whoever showed up. Bill and Brian, as always, can count on you guys. Evan Moon for showing up at the end there. It's pretty awesome. It's been a while. Dr. Random's always in the house. Space baby. Oh yeah, Carl. Yeah, I'm not sure what you mean about the floating string staying. Hook piece on each leg. Yeah, I don't really want to add too much to the AT-AT. The space baby hired by the rebel to fight the AT-AT. Okay, anyway. I'm just going to let this run after I sign off. I'm going to run for a bit. As always, thanks for everybody for joining. Thanks for the moderators for moderating. Next week we'll be back with some kind of, hopefully the penguin build. And yeah, hopefully everybody has a good week. Thanks for watching. Keep on building, and we will see you next week. Cheers.